Okay, Mark, I think I got the problem finally. After all this time, I'm going to show you what I came up with. So first we're going to put ignition on, and I'll show you what I found. Okay, now this video is with the zoom, so you can see very little, basically just this area. I'm going to first duplicate the problem. As you can see, the actuator works, and also to duplicate your existing problem, I had to have linkage at least slightly connected. So now I'm going to show you the original setting. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this thing into limp mode. As you can see, get the gas pedal up a little bit, make micro switch contacts disengage. Now there's some abnormal noise in the motor, so that is the problem. There's a little bit of vibration. I mean, it doesn't really matter when it works, but what it did is when the micro switch contacts would connect to each other, when the hum is present, then it would throw the car into limp mode. The linkage has to be kind of attached, so just try to duplicate. There you go. No, still working. Okay, hold on. As you can hear the motor humming. I don't know if the camera picks it up. Just get you the close up of the hum, which is not really a deal breaker. It will work like that for long years. The hum. Okay, wear and tear. Okay, now going back. Okay, now we have a limp mode. As you can see, just when the contacts touched, here's the limp mode. So I got it to the limp mode. Now I reset the ignition. Okay, ignition is reset. Unit works. Now what I'm going to do now is going to adjust the micro switch slightly so it will touch later. So I'm going to move it around just like a hair. Oh, come on. Alright. I've been sitting here for like a few hours already trying to catch it because all these adjustments are very fine and minor. You can't just like turn the screw and be done with it. You have to constantly monitor it. Here. Okay, somewhere around here. So now the unit is connected. I don't know, I cannot see what's on the camera, but so we pretty much duplicate the same thing. Okay, now camera is still focused in that area. So now the contacts touch later. So when I let go of the gas super slowly, in this particular situation, when contacts touch, there is no more hum. So there is no vibration to contacts, so they do work better. As far as I can tell, I cannot get it into limp mode when contact switches, micro switches are moved. So, see, right now they disengaged, okay, but the actual surfaces are lower. So what I'm gonna do is, that's how I used to get it into limp mode. The linkage has to be under tension. to get that hum from the motor, because it tries to adjust it. And as you can see, I'm going all the way down very, very slowly on the throttle pedal, and I do not get limp mode no more. I think I finally got it. It took a while, but I played with it for quite a bit, and I could not get it to limp mode in this setting. It would be ideal to, of course, move the switch in the right position with those screws, but with the original epoxy that was used there, I cannot do this because it's going to just all crack and disintegrate. It's very, very brittle, so I cannot just cut it all open, because the whole holder for the micro switch is just going to disintegrate. So I'm going to just epoxy over it, the whole thing, so it stays in one setting. But as far as I can tell, the limp mode does not come back. As you can see, I'm going super slow right now, very, very slowly, and hum is almost gone when it's that low of the gas. Well, I can even try to like simulate more tension on the spring just to get it. I don't know what tension your spring has, so I don't know, but I'm going to simulate it right now. By pulling on the linkage, you can see the hum is there. Increases, the power increases to pull the linkage, because I'm creating a lot of excessive force. It should not be there, but I don't know, maybe the spring is very tight and it pulls on this, so that's a good test also. It pulls on the linkage harder than mine, because mine on idle, very slight resistance. But as far as I can tell, the throttle unit, the actuator still works fine, and as you can see, I got this position where it gets into limp mode with the original setting quite fast, because I finally found the exact placement of all the switches, and it would just go into limp mode, and I know the conditions now. It took a little bit to get them sorted out, but as you can see right now, it does work fine. It does not go into limp mode. All this time I've been moving this linkage very, very slowly, by like millimeter at a time or so, and as you can see, it's still fine all the way up. Initial setting, well, that's full throttle. I mean, it's just a lot. So after full throttle, it has to learn its position. See, the linkage fell off. I mean, the unit still works okay, but let me put the linkage back on, because again, it does create excessive, well, return spring creates force and the motor starts humming. See, once I put the linkage on that low ball, you hear the hum, and they hum, all of them, but some are louder, some are quieter. In this particular case, I believe the hum was enough to create enough vibration for the micro switch contacts to make sort of quick intermediate connection, and would throw it into limp mode. The computer would sense the problem. But as you can see now, I'm trying to get it like into limp mode, and it does not go into limp mode with the linkage attached. So I think finally, after all this time, it is done. I'm going to obviously silicone epoxy everything so nothing gets inside, but definitely there was a problem inside the unit, right? Those micro switches, I don't know if I can make a close-up of that. Probably not, because as you can see the zoom, these tiny contacts right here, they open, you can see they open and close. So that was the problem with this particular unit. They lift up and down. The linkage is attached just, you can see, just a little bit, but it's enough to create tension on the actuator. I didn't want to snap it on because, as you can see, as you know, it's not easy to unsnap it. So I don't want to break the connecting ball. Well, we don't need to go all the way, just a little bit up, just a little bit, because that was the problem, was at the actual deceleration. So that's what I found. So again, slowing down on the throttle and going really slow. You can see the whole thing moves. Not very focused, but you get the idea. And this is the micro switch engaged. This is idle. Okay. And see, all this time I'm trying to do this, and now went into limp mode. So I'm pretty confident this was it. Just lower the contacts. Yep, this is perfect. This is your potentiometer and your actuator. So looks good to me. Tension is still there, yes. Okay. So yeah, that's good. Potentiometer. That's really slow deceleration, as you can see. Very slow. So now even once it went into limp mode after this adjustment, so I think we're really good to go here. Very difficult problem, but because all this testing and all this time, but a lot of hours to test it to get it into the right position, but it did it. Okay. Okay, well, I think that going to leave it in this particular position now, and pack it up and mail it out. Should be fine. Yep, never once into limp mode. Never once. So, never once. That's great. Very good. I'm happy with this. If what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna get it into limp mode. Actually, let's do it this way. Here we go. Let's do it, just to show. Oh, the linkage fell off now. All right, I just wanted to show you that I can get it into limp mode in the original plate, into original position. Here we have the tension on the rod and the linkage. Original switch positioning. Going with throttle super slow. Okay. Going. Didn't do it this time. Okay, let's do it again. Acceleration. Okay, and now deceleration. Get the rod. So the rod is giving tension on the linkage. that's it. Yep, limp mode. See, once I moved that micro switch contacts, I could have gotten it into limp mode fairly fast. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move these contacts downwards just a millimeter or so. So we have slightly later engagement. See, that's it. The unit is dead. That's it. I got it. So happy. Set her up just slightly lower. Okay. I think we're good.